Today I am going to show you how to make a very basic yet very efficient lander. I have always had success landing my landers on the moon, well, recently since I've started doing it this way. So this one will make it to the moon, at least, if you follow my instructions. This is my very own design. I'm not copying anybody else, and I based it off an older design I had that didn't work quite as well. It was too heavy, so I've learned that what you want to do is have something lighter than I've found that lighter is better than more fuel and more power. Lighter's better. So we'll start with command pod. No, not that. We'll start with a lander can. They're very light, only needs one man. One man's enough. Now, because it doesn't have much pitch torque, yaw torque, or roll torque, we will want to add to it some stabilizers. Either an inline advanced stabilizer, I believe, should just be plenty. Yeah, that makes it up to 6. 6 is good. Now, you'll put some wings on it. I like to do 3. You don't have to do 3, but I prefer 3. Like that, so that we're not blocking his exit. Now we're gonna want propulsion. Lighter's always better, so small fuel tanks. And switch the angle snap to that. This way you can put your fuel tanks inside of other objects. You can put objects in objects. And then, you see, the wings are just supports. Now, aerodynamics, put some nose cones on that stuff. Oh yes, because we have this, we're going to want a battery. This is where the angle snap comes in handy again. Chargeable battery, and just inside there. Doesn't take up much space. Hell, we could probably... Could we? I've never tried, but... Let's see. I only want one. Yeah. See that? Less space taken up. Same weight, though. Remember that. You want aerodynamics, of course. Oh wait, we're gonna want to put a parachute on that. Bigger parachute, actually. That's good. Beautiful. Alright, this is the basics. Now you're going to want to put the LV909 liquid fuel engine. That's the one I've had most success with. Of course, we're going to want 3. And then we'll want some landing gear. I always use the L2 landing struts. You don't have to. I don't know if the other ones will work better or not, but I prefer these ones. They are longer and more sturdy. I like to put lights on mine because when I'm landing on the dark side of the moon, it's always good to have some landing lights, and I often end up landing on the dark side of the moon by accident. Now we've got our lander. Our lander is complete. This is all you need for your lander. Now what you're gonna want to do is be able to get that lander up into space, and I've designed a very, very simple way to do that. We'll make a break-off point here with our TR18A stack decoupler. Just hook it up to the bottom there. Place Rockomax brand adapter on there, and a Rockomax fuel tank. Use the Skipper liquid engine because you don't need much power once it gets up in altitude. That is just to to get you into orbit. This will do the rest after it's in orbit. Now, to get it up to orbit, I actually like to do a special thing with my fuel tanks. I use jumbo fuel tank, and I only really need 4 of them, which is good. Now, what I do is I put a radial engine body on it. It keeps my thruster from overheating because these mainsail liquid engines always overheat. Now I can have more power in the liquid engine without it overheating as quickly. I usually do, of course, put some structural support there. I usually put 4. I don't know if less is better or not. That's just what I like to do because I'm somewhat OCD that way. Now, we want our radial decouplers, 4 of them, and just attach these to the radial decouplers, if it will let you. There we go. Now, I hate seeing things inside each other like that sometimes, so let's see here. But much better. I'm always afraid that it'll just fall apart when it's inside itself like that. Now remember, if you launch your ship like this, it will blow up. I can guarantee it. You know why? You need structural support. Keep these from wobbling all over the place. So, we'll put our structural supports on there. Alright. And I think that's everything. This is a very, very easy to make and very, very efficient lander. So all you need to do now is name your lander. Save your lander and launch your lander.